Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we're back to Obduction. Let's continue. So we're kind of wandering around, trying to get a good mental image of the area. I want to see everything. I want to know where everything is because I imagine that there are some important things. The experience of playing Myst has taught me that there are some important things. And since I don't know what I don't know, get stuck under a tree. I need to take in everything right now. The only thing we really have is a warning not to go to anywhere near anything that looks like a ball, a mechanical ball object. I saw a flying creature. It seemed like it flew away. This doesn't look very inviting. See if maybe we can interact with this. It seems like this would just open. Yep. So it opens. It's just like a gate or something that could be blocked. Seems to be some level of mining that was done here. But it could have been pre when this desert was brought to this alien planet. So we are seeing more of these glowing bricks. So clearly there will be some device or some ability to remove these glowing bricks later. And then we have these purple rocks which seem more at home on the other side of the planet. So is there perhaps, or was there at one time, a merging or mixing of the two areas? Yes, it'll be interesting if we find the gate is closed after we leave this area. Perhaps the shield that is blocking out these sections is here for a good reason. And frankly, if you look out here, it doesn't look like a path or anything close what this area does. We have some pretty narrow sections, and this seems like it just hits walls. Might be a few shortcuts that we can do, or is complete how we walk and move ourselves. And we've hit another dead end. We'll switch running. Kinda would like if, particularly a game like this, it didn't pop up indicators that our speed changes. Like, I just pushed the button, I know I changed the speed from walking to running. By the way, I would also be able to tell that I'm running because I'm running. So seems like there's some just basic things Cyan is doing here that I don't understand from what perspective that they're giving feedback for. Like, who is benefited by saying, now you're in run mode, now you're in walk mode? And you're just gonna find that out as soon as you take a step forward and not break the experience. And that's very odd because Myst was the original experience. It is the granddaddy, or at least one of them, of intriguing storytelling adventure games. Alright. So this creature flying this point. And what? Is life on the planet. We've just found life. Good to know. Not very helpful. There's some kind of giant bee firefly creature. Well, maybe that's what they're fighting. Why did that pop up I swear I'm just in the wrong mode. I bet I am. I bet that's why this doesn't work, is that if I come over here and if I changed the cursor mode over here to Xbox controller and hit resume. No, I'm in some kind of Oculus Vive mode. I think I am in it just by glitch. Cursor that was here in the 1.5 version is just not here anymore. But I'm pretty sure I saw it here. And I'm pretty sure that even if I exit out of this program and reload it, that the cursor might go up. It's just too glitchy. You can already tell. I'm just hoping. I'm really, really hoping that we can get to the end on this beta. Or, worst case scenario, the beta changes and I can go back to the original version. Now, the original Myst game had a bunch of switches, and so we're right back to referencing that idea of moving switches around. But for this time, it's for a part. We've got the music. There's a metal barrel. So another warning not to approach these. I spooked myself walking. Like one step sounded like multiple steps on the wood. I'm trying to see if I could pick up any of these items. Again, without the cursor. Something is making sound. Of course, I played a game called Gone Home and I spooked myself out with all kinds of sound effects. Now that I've seen 3 of the same bottles, Coca-Cola bottles, you know that nothing to be afraid of. I can't pick up those. I'm still a little uncertain how people could survive here. Suppose we might as well just go through here, play thoroughly. Living in the desert. Doesn't feel like you could survive. They have electricity. Oh, it looks like it's just coming from the sky up there. Bucks. Seen children's toys. And here we have some either really tacky lamp or a puzzle. The Myst series is not known for handing you puzzles. The picture of dogs. Hope I have the Kickstarter backer notifications disabled, because otherwise, right, some of those things might be Kickstarter backers. Like that dog could have been it. We have 11379. And maybe I could pick up that pin. You really don't have an inventory in. Not much of one. A sphere makes me think that teleported here. Cave in to a doorway. So this is really out of place. Just walking around. Welcome mats in. So there was this old mining town that was teleported. Downtown Hunrat. Suppose we might as well listen to it.
We have a healthy, thriving community here, as you can see. Our garden was planted years ago and has supplied plenty of food for many generations. The buildings around town serve multiple purposes, including housing, schooling, and storage. I'm sure you have run across a number of folks already. Many were brought here, like you, and some actually were born here. We all feel we are part of the whole.
So now I feel like I'm just being conned. Like there's nobody here. Feels like a long con. Either that or I'm in a very bad position. And clearly the idea is gonna be to get some kind of item all the way to place. We may even end up doing it multiple times. I don't want to cross this point. So it seems like there was some kind of battle, or I don't know if I'm ready. In a place like this where people are forced to stay near each other, I feel like there's chance for fighting, but then there's also probably just a utility to it. Like, unless you actually plan to just kill everybody you don't like. What's that? Wait. That is the area where it was hit. Or we've moved. I think we're gonna see a lot of Joseph.
This is the tree. It has been here in Hunrok for as long as anyone can remember. Its health is intimately tied to everything in our little greenhouse. Our cell we live in, our ecosystem. It has provided many surprises over the years, including some interesting seeds that you will learn more about. Many have postulated, yet we really know very little about its origins. But we do know it should be cherished and protected.
So even to like recycle the oxygen, a place like this, it feels like you'd need a lot of trees more than just one. But this might be the magical tree that made the magical seed that made it teleport here. There is something really spooky about being alone. Because you may very well just go through this whole game and the door is locked, but that'll be a shortcut. There's an underground area and a tree connected to a wire, a tube. Watering mechanism, and it seems pumping water out of something. And over here I see something. Kinda wish you had a binoculars mode or a zoom in mode. Stay on. Game will be a little too slow, and there's too much of it. You can already tell that there's gonna be a lot of gameplay in a lot of areas. A lot bigger than what the original Myst Island was. Myst had multiple islands, but then there is also a level of how big they actually were. They were designed to feel big, but you were actually not able to walk in a way. Like for Myst, this would be one scene, this would be a scene, this would be a scene, this would be a scene, that would be a scene, be a scene, and about right here, that might be half of an island. Of course, there are more things to interact with and more puzzles. But Myst is this island designed to be puzzles. This feels more like a world that somehow has accidentally come to being. See, this feels like it's a blue laser. This is a red laser. I was thinking the red laser was keeping the shield. Now it feels like not. Here's the garden that allegedly was feeding people. Like, unless this garden grew 100 times faster than a normal garden. See how that's work. Have a windmill. I suppose it's supposed to be drilling up, pumping up water. Interesting question, why is there wind? If you're in a dome and the dome is not just incredibly hot on one side and incredibly cold on the other, there really shouldn't be any wind at all. It's starting to feel a little odd too. It's like feels like we've gone through this whole area and like seems to be safe enough. Maybe it's giving me cancer or something, but here you have a construction brick and sawhorses. All this stuff seems just designed. The music fades in and the music fades out. I can't jump in the water. So we've got a device. This is the only life I see. Device up here. It's one of the projectors. Just projecting against the wall. Really starting to wonder, what was it about the witness that didn't give me the spooky feel? I think maybe I had already heard enough reviews of the witness to know that there wasn't going to be any people in that game, so there was no fear, or it was made abundantly obvious that there was only going to be puzzles in that game. So got somebody's banging on this. Oh, I'm banging on. Hit a doorbell. The CW. Boy, does that not blend well. Oh. He's really quiet. So they're showing that he's kind of elderly. And I believe that is one of the CEOs, bosses of Cyan. Uh, there was two of them that also were the actors in Myst, the brothers, I believe. And so we now at least have a goal. We're trying to get power. The thing though with Myst was there was a secondary side to that, like somebody else that said do the exact opposite and don't help this guy. The only reason why I wouldn't want to help this guy right now is simply because I've played Myst and that's not good enough directing. See, that was a water wheel powered elevator. So everything's locked up tight. At least it's like it. Now he could have totally lied to you and told you it was a battle against a different group, and in actuality it was a battle against him. Or that could be CW. He is the person we're supposed to trust. Although I don't know who I am, let alone who or why I should trust anybody else. Well, there's some water down that way. I suppose I should maybe switch this. And this is a little difficult to do. What if I pull out the mouse? Mouse does actually fine. Looks a little bit better. So now water is overflowing. And I guess if I need to come back and shut that off for some reason. Oh well. Seems like switches are going to be a major point and part of this environment. See, there's something that implies to me that we are going to get at some point. Maybe, maybe not. That spike doesn't mean anything. Well, simultaneously, this world seems a lot bigger than Myst as an island, but it also seems like it's not quite big enough if it's just all of this area. So, because I diverted the water, I expose any new area I can access. Did I perhaps open the door? I don't think I did. Music just kind of comes in and comes out, depending on if you get close to something, which probably a decent hint. This is an important thing because the music cut out. And clearly I don't have the tool necessary. Disable or... See, this just is scary. I can see a lot of players not wanting to walk through this and just assuming that there has to be something else that they needed to do. And maybe that was it. This might also be a reference to the blue and red pages in Myst, where there were blue pages, there were red pages, collected them. These rocks don't have that shimmer. And I don't think I can cross. I may have been able to cross before. The waterfall.
Part of our ecosystem here is our supply of water. is supplied as a natural process of the system itself. We don't really understand how, although the entire system is very closely tied together. The fact that one of the most important necessities of life has been provided to us has led many to believe that this place has a purpose. Others attribute a complex natural process which we one day hope to understand. Either way, we are glad to have all the water we need.
There's a lot of questions like food and water that you have to deal with for this society to make any sense. This might just be a zoo. Or, you know, I wouldn't be surprised if they even play around with the ideas that this is just kind of a heaven or hell scenario. What does this one do? It seems like this would lower the floodgates or something, but I need to perhaps find a wrench or something and or decide like which side goes down and which side goes up. As it is right now, doesn't seem like it can work. Yeah, it's just kind of, maybe it will only go down if I have that switch triggered, or maybe I need the water to not be flowing. Well, it's very interesting. Doesn't seem like there's too much more of this area. So I haven't seen anything that really would justify the photo mode yet. Or frankly even enough puzzles or anything. That's gonna be it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. If you want a friend or follow me on basically any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.